Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Kook with Kesh. Today we have a special guest. We have with us today Doc Dino. He's a sexual and gender health specialist, a certified sexology facilitator with a master's in sexual health. That's a lot of sex in those
Sounds like a
titles.
lot of things,
That's a
right?
lot of stuff. Yeah. So Doc Dino, can you introduce yourself to
Yes.
everyone?
Hi, everybody. So my name is Dr. Dino Reyes, and I think I'm one of the few sexual health specialists in the Philippines. So I am a doctor, but in a conservative country like the Philippines, sexual health really isn't something that has gotten enough attention or the attention that it needs.
Mhm.
And mainly because sex is embarrassing for most Filipinos. So in my practice, we just try to make everything chill, everything normal, because sex is a very just a basic biological need for
It is.
people.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stigma attached to it, especially in like our country.
Yeah. So today, let's try to break some of that stigma, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like even though the Philippines is very traditional and like very conservative,
Mm-hmm.
what a lot of Filipinos still like actually like look for are aphrodisiacs.
Mm-hmm.
Like in
Yeah.
our culture, ang dami naghahanap ng kung ano
Yep.
or aphrodisiac or mga pampatigas,
Mm-mm.
mga pampataas ng libido
Yeah.
na kala mo mahihiyain sila pero talagang naghahanap sila ng ganyan, right?
That's the
Culturally,
characteristic
yeah.
of Filipinos. Like outwardly, we're very conservative
Conservative,
people, but once you close the doors, sex is a very
Mhm.
vital part of Filipino culture.
I think for a lot of cultures naman din.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about aphrodisiacs.
Mm-hmm.
Aphrodisiacs kasi historically like marami in various cultures,
Yeah.
'di ba? Meron tayong mga weird, meron tayong mga common,
Mhm.
meron tayong of course the medical ones.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna talk about a lot of the stuff na we had din in history. We're gonna talk about stuff from different cultures.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna see what actually does work, what actually improves your sexual performance and your sexual health
Yeah.
through the powers of our guest, Dr. Dino.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, let's start with what is an aphrodisiac.
Defining our
Yeah.
terms. Okay, so aphrodisiacs are basically anything that a person can imbibe to improve their libido, their sexual desire, their arousal, or even their performance. Okay, but here's the clincher. There isn't really something that you can just take, na inumin mo lang, and then it's going to fix all of those things. Mainly because arousal or libido is part of many different things.
It is.
So it has to do with your hormones, it has to do with your mental state, your mood. It also has to do with like how tired or how energetic you are at that day. So there's not one magic ingredient that will hit all of those beats,
Yeah. It's
right?
also your general state of health, diba?
Yeah. So libido is not just about what you eat, but it's about like blood flow, hormones, all of those things nga. And what you can do, I guess, or why people want to rely on aphrodisiacs is because you can hit some of those notes, and everything else, kind of like dominoes, tend to follow. Okay, so they've been around since time immemorial.
They have been.
People will try to eat their way through good sex for as early as
we
we can
have
remember.
like data from ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Right, so first we're gonna talk about some of the aphrodisiacs throughout
Yeah.
history. Like
Mm-mm.
we're pretty sure none of this works. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, rhino horns, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, one of the most common throughout history has
Yeah.
always been eating various types of animal genitalia.
Mhm.
So, bull testicles for the Romans
Yeah.
and the Filipinos.
Yeah.
May soup number 5
Soup
pa rin
number
tayo
five is
hanggang
still
ngayon.
there. Yeah.
China with tiger penises.
Mhm.
So this is more of a cultural thing, no? Like
Uh-huh.
people see genitalia, therefore it's part of the culture of eating something and taking strength from that.
Yeah. So, that idea of it comes from the idea of sympathetic magic.
Yes.
So way back when the lines between what was magic and what was science was still like gray, people didn't really understand about like micronutrients or like biochemistry. So there was a prominent belief that when you imbibe something strong, you'll gain strength.
Gain strength
right?
from it, yeah.
So you get these body parts from these strong animals like rhinos, and that's like dominance, power, and stuff like that. And people thought that when you would take them, ano lang sila, parang it'll give you that same power and that dominance. So same, and ganun din yung sa bull testicles.
Yes.
Maybe there's some placebo effect there, probably. Even in modern medicine, sometimes yung mga ibang patients ko, they need yung pampatapang lang for them to be able to perform. So I think it's around that same
Same idea.
because a big part of arousal also is
It's your mental state.
your mental state.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? Performance anxiety? So when you take something that kind of gives you like that safety net siguro, ganon, it gives them more confidence they can do it. Yeah, they can perform better.
The thing with this kasi, like, some of these are pretty benign, like the rhino horn. It's not benign in the sense na you're
not
killing
benign
a
for the
rhino. It's
rhino.
not benign for the rhino. It's bad. Like,
Yeah.
guys, stop killing the rhinos.
Yeah.
But their belief na, like, it's an aphrodisiac, it's pretty benign for the person because it's just made of keratin.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just
Like
like
eating hair.
or
Eating nails.
Yeah. So parang ganun lang effect. Pero it can get actively harmful. Like, we have an insect called the Spanish fly. It's not actually a fly. I'll post it up on screen. It's not actually a fly. It's a beetle. I don't know why they call it a fly, but it was part of an apothecary concoction called cantharidin. It was very popular in medieval Europe, medieval Spain. And the story goes that Ferdinand II of Aragon, one half of Los Reyes Católicos, the guys who united Spain, sila ni Isabella. When his wife Isabella died, he married someone younger, and he was afraid he wasn't gonna perform. So he took cantharidin, and the problem with the Spanish fly, it's also very toxic.
Yeah.
So that's a theory of how he died.
The way that it technically works is based on ano rin siya it is toxic. So it is irritating to the urethral lining. And at low doses, that irritation kind of gives you that tingly feeling inside the urinary tract, which might trigger an erection. Yeah, so it might like that feels a bit like there's something inside, or there's something which might trigger an erection. But yun nga, everything is poison depending on dose, right? So
And
ganun naman siya.
The problem is a lot of the people who tend to go for the aphrodisiacs are people at risk na, like elderly people who may need the extra boost.
People who are vulnerable
to like stuff like toxins, etc.
Not just vulnerable to toxins and stuff, but vulnerable because they want to perform. So, fun fact out there, 51% of males will experience erectile dysfunction at some point in their lives. So that's 1%, more than half still, right? But as a sexual health doctor, and I see people almost every day struggling with their erectile dysfunction, it really does get into the heads of men. Kasi not just the sexual prowess, but the erection. It's very tied to the worth of people, of men, in terms of their maleness, in
we
terms
have like
of
an entire word, emasculation, just for that.
Yeah. And what is like a Tagalog word for like strength, or like it's tigasin, di ba? Parang, oy, tigasin ka ba? Pag matapang ka, or if you're manly. So, automatically, guys think that if they can't get an erection, hindi sila tigasin, then they're like weaker. So so when we say na vulnerable, like the aphrodisiac economy talaga can really get into like the innermost psyche of men and take full advantage of that. And as you get older and biologically it just becomes more difficult, like you mentioned nga, not just they'll want to buy it more, when they take it and then it's not safe, you have more problems. Yeah, because your body's not as strong.
Like if Fernando of Aragon took it like 30 years before that, he probably would have been fine.
Maybe,
but he didn't need it at the time.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We have a few more like ancient stuff that we want to talk about. Like, I'm pretty sure hippo sweat and crocodile dung don't work as per the ancient Egyptians.
Probably not in
Like,
terms
I
of
don't wanna test
biochemicals. Yeah, why would you do that? No? But maybe because like you look at the
it-
chosen, again, like the chosen animals.
Yeah,
So
they
those
were
are
going
animals.
for hippo and a crocodile. So it's like they're gods, diba?
Yeah, they're gods, virile animals,
Yes.
strong animals.
Particularly
yeah.
the crocodile, which is Sobek, which is like the power of like the Nile itself. etc.
And then the hippo, that's Taweret.
Yes.
Fertility goddess.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really about that belief in like being able to imbibe the qualities of what you
Yes.
eat.
Dean, you're a nerd, by the way. You know Taweret.
Of course I do. Yeah.
Like everyone knows Sobek, not everyone knows Taweret.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Like,
Yeah,
I approve
yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
let's go,
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, let's start out. All right. One thing I actually like found that's very interesting. It's still very common in China. Is bird's nest soup.
Mm-hmm.
So bird's nest soup is made from the nests of swiftlets.
Yeah.
Like a particular type of bird,
Mhm.
and it's just not just the nest, diba? They make it because the swiftlets use their saliva
Yeah.
to put the nest together to
Mhm.
keep it strong. And I heard that I'm not sure about how good of an aphrodisiac it is,
Mhm.
but I've heard that it's actually very rich in proteins from like the material that they use
Yeah.
to make it and like the saliva of the bird.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't really hear about this too much, or I haven't come across it a lot with patients because I've heard patients say a lot of different things. To be honest, yung bird's nest, ano yan, medyo new to my ears. But really thinking about it, proteins are the basic building blocks of a lot of biological structures. So, like a high protein diet, you kind of need that to be able to build peptides, amino acids, what else? Like like your muscles and all of those things. So I guess that kind of makes sense, but kind of gross when you think about it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
spit swapping with the bird.
But do you think that now that I'm thinking about it and based on like what we've previously talked about too, right? It kind of looks also cummy. Can I say cummy? Is
You
that
can
a word?
say cummy.
Yeah. Okay. So it does look like
yeah.
that. So maybe there's some.
Yeah, the bird's nest soup does kind of.
Is that why people want to take it?
I don't know, man. But it's very expensive. I've never actually had it, so
You've never had it?
I've never had it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I've had it a couple of times when I was a kid, and then
Yeah.
it's a good thing they didn't tell me how it was made. I would probably.
I'm a very picky eater.
Oh,
So
Funny thing, this morning I came from an event, and the take home was like a little traditional Chinese medicine, like bird's nest thing. Yeah, like but you had to, when you open it, you have to imbibe it right away.
Agad. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't use it to
I
make
should have
soup.
brought it.
Yeah,
I should have brought it. I'm sorry.
Sorry. If you can take a picture of it, we'll flash it on screen.
All right,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Right. So there's one last thing.
Mhm.
Like I found something called the datura plant.
Yeah.
That's a very psychoactive substance
Mhm.
in Ayurvedic medicine.
Yeah.
And there's a version of it also available in Mexico and
Yeah.
other places of the New World that they use for love potions.
Yeah.
So like, what can you tell us about the
Okay.
datura plant?
Sobrang swerte because like this morning I also met a Ayurvedic specialist doctor
Oh, wow.
in that same event. So like, it's funny how that lines up. But Datura is pretty simple. It blocks like acetylcholine in your brain. So kind of it's a hallucinogenic. So pushes you towards just being more suggestible. Depends on like how strong, like visual hallucinations and stuff like that. So you kind of get trapped in this like glamour or something, which I guess is like what
Does
love
work,
potions are, right?
That's true.
So again,
So it's a roofie.
maybe that's what I was gonna
It's a
say.
roofie,
Like
okay.
if we want to go to a little bit of a darker side,
Oh, yeah.
that's
yeah,
how
that's really how
that's-
they used it. You
yeah.
give it to someone you want to be interested.
That's how
so
roofies
so
work.
it's a traditional roofie.
Yeah.
So
Have
please don't do this, guys.
Don't do this.
Like we do not recommend this. Like
Yeah.
don't do it.
In terms of how it works, gosh, the gay community is actually pretty hilarious sometimes because
Why they're gay.
There's this subculture in the gay
Hmm.
community where they do engage in like chemsex or chem fun, and one of the things that they use in order to improve their sexual experiences is this thing called GHB or liquid G, which is the roofie. So gay guys have started to roofie themselves.
But it's okay because it's consensual. Like, if you're using
yeah,
it on yourself.
yeah,
like-
but that's the way that it's what it's for.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to kind of make you more calmer, receptive, and stuff like that. So at controlled doses, then it gives you that effect. But the thing about that particular drug is the window of safety is very narrow. So the part where you're just taking it to feel more relaxed, to be more responsive to sex, and the part when you will fall asleep and never wake up again is just a few ml difference. So
And there
safety,
are
yeah.
probably better alternatives to it.
There are
Yeah.
a lot better alternatives.
But at least in this case, there's consent.
yeah, for
but,
sure.
But like, it's generally still not worth the risk.
It's also illegal.
Oh, it's also
It's
very
also
illegal.
very
Okay, we should have started with that. Like, let's not do that.
yeah.
All right. So we now have yung mga common modern
Yeah.
day aphrodisiacs natin. That's like common culture.
Yeah.
Like the chocolates,
Yeah.
the oysters, spicy food,
Mhm.
and still animal genitalia. It's
Okay.
never gone away. People have been
Eat
eating
all the animal
people have been
genitalia that
eating
you can.
testicles for
Yeah.
thousands of years,
Yeah.
and we're not stopping.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's
Yeah.
talk about
so
those
let's
ones.
talk about. Let's start with chocolate.
Chocolates. Okay. We go back to that initial explanation about how libido and arousal are from many things.
Yes.
So chocolate by itself is very good because it's one of those foods that give you like feel good chemicals, like your dopamine and serotonin makes
Yes,
you
it
feel
does.
good. So basically, if you feel good, you kind of are more responsive to sex. But apart from that, the entire cultural thing surrounding
With the
chocolate
romance
does
and everything,
contribute.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not
The human
just the
sacrifice.
substance itself, but yeah, the dopamine and serotonin boost will help. But like if you get chocolates from your loved one, like you're in a pretty sexy mood, diba?
Yeah. Another thing is spicy food.
Spicy food. Okay, so whenever you think about spicy food, it is like, and also when you think about like sex, those are the words that come to you is like mainit,
Mainit,
ganon, parang pinapawisan ka. So that connection and that idea or that kind of harkens back to sex does kind of make it happen also, like kind of pushes you towards that arousal state. So it's also just associating biological or anatomical experiences that occur both with spicy food and sex that kind of connect them together. Also, you go back to the wordplay, diba? Like you call somebody hot, you call somebody spicy.
Yeah.
So the spicy Latin lover,
Yeah.
Spanish lover. So again, not just the food, but it can contribute to like one biological aspect of
Yeah.
arousal.
We probably just don't recommend doing spicy food and then oral sex, right?
Or if you're a bottom. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Makes sense.
Makes
Honestly,
a lot of
it
sense.
makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. Yeah. And then plug ko lang, at Smoke Point we're doing something called Aztec bacon.
Okay.
So we're doing it chocolate and chili yung main flavors niya with some allspice.
That's great.
So we'll
Yeah.
give you some later.
I love
Try it
that.
out, eh.
Okay.
Yeah. So and our last one is oysters.
Oysters. Okay. So oysters, two things. First, why do people associate it initially as an aphrodisiac? Because it does look like a vagina.
Yes.
So it
does.
goes back to reminding people about like the female anatomy. It also is about that sympathetic magic and stuff like that. But funnily enough, it does work because
It does work?
It does work. It has a
Okay.
high level of zinc, and zinc is very important for what do you call that? Semen production. Yeah. So actually, some of my patients do complain about low semen volume. So I give them like a combination of zinc and L-citrulline or L-theanine to make them come more. And like oysters would fill up that zinc part
Cool.
pretty well. Like there's enough zinc in an oyster to kind of just about hit your
Yeah.
daily intake.
All this time I thought it was just a visual thing kasi you know the Pokemon Cloyster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like editor, you don't need me to search for
Yeah.
that photo. That's
And they
easy.
gave it to
Yeah.
Jessie.
They gave it to Jess. I mean, she also has Licky Tongue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Pokemon. All right.
Yeah.
So we also have some stuff that
Yeah.
unexpectedly works.
Mhm.
So can you tell us about those stuff you were telling me?
Okay, so one of the hidden MVPs of like a food that will improve your like libido is, believe it or not, watermelon.
Watermelon.
Because watermelon has a high level of citrulline and citrulline does improve the nitric oxide in your body, and nitric oxide is very important for things like erections and vascular health and stuff like that. So you wouldn't think that watermelon is sexy
You
food,
would
but
not,
it's
honestly.
pretty sexy apparently. What else? What else did we talk about? Nuts.
Yeah, nuts.
So generally nuts, also for nitric oxide and your hormones, they do have some effects to improve like your hormonal balance. And what else do we? Oh yeah, so a lot of men also ask me like, Doc, which supplements are the best for male libido, like the male performance enhancers and all of those things. And you'll see a lot of different things like horny goatweed, antelope horn, all of those things. But
Antelope horn is also just keratin, right?
yeah,
Okay.
but the three supplements that have the best data in terms of actually improving testosterone levels is maca root powder, saw palmetto, and tongkat ali. So those three are gonna get the job done pretty well. I actually see them in lab results.
Yeah, macaroot is the Peruvian ginseng, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so macaroot is it's like ginseng. It's
Yeah.
very related to ginseng, but it mostly comes from Peru. So they say that the effects of ginseng are very similar though to macaroot. Is that true?
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but because of course, like I tried to find like the ones with the best papers written
Yeah,
on them,
of course.
so that when my patients ask me, what can I take in terms of supplements, those three have the best data out there that says they will increase your testosterone levels, and I do see it. Like I see my patients like they start like with mid low testosterone, give them like a couple of months on those things, the testosterone does go into like better ranges.
All right.
The thing is, those are supplements. So sometimes there are disease entities that come into play. So even though if you're giving those supplements but they're not completing the biochemical process, they're not going to translate to high
Of course.
testosterone.
Yeah.
So you still want to get a pretty well-rounded look on what's causing the low T or what's causing the erectile dysfunction. Yeah. But
Tapos ano, for ginseng, I've actually like heard a lot about ginseng from Jewel in the Palace, watching it as a child. Because they use it for everything. They put ginseng in every medicine. And,
Okay.
I've talked to like a Korean person before, and they said na it works as a catalyst to just speed up like various ingredients.
Biochemical process.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
I wouldn't know. For
Right.
ginseng specifically, I don't know. I wish I was a herbalist or something. But the doctors who are pretty good at the herbal stuff they're called functional medicine doctors.
Okay.
And that's a specialization where you kind of want to marry traditional Chinese or Eastern medicine with conventional medicine in terms of being able to do that with labs. So they're really good at that, and they're like an encyclopedia of all these different supplements in their head. I started with the functional medicine before, but I kind of like my chemicals a lot more.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
shifted more to like actual things like peptides, which are easier for me to say like it'll work
It'll
like
work,
this.
yeah.
For example, we have this one peptide. It's called PT141. And this one, if there's anything that's an actual aphrodisiac, I think it's this one. Because the PT141 is, it will attach to the receptor, melanocortin receptors in your brain, specifically the arousal center of your brain. So you take it, it's either like a nasal spray or you can take it sublingually or you take it like an injection, a subcutaneous injection, and it will shoot your libido up. So, and that one's tried and tested. So if anything...
So it's a straight horny shot.
It's a straight horny shot. Yeah. So, yeah. And it has pretty good data on it too. So if anybody wants like an actual real-to-life aphrodisiac,
Yeah,
it's that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like put that in your plug later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then our last one for this segment is the olive oil.
Uh-huh. Is that why like Greek people are known to be like pretty like
I don't know about the Greeks. I mean, they use a lot of olive oil for many things. Like the ancient Greeks, lalo
Yeah.
na, they use it for food. They use
Yeah.
it for after bathing.
Yeah.
They use it for lubricant for... We know how the Greeks are.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Talk to us about the olive oil.
Olive oil has a lot of cardiovascular benefits compared to other like seed oils or other oils. So I think that's really where it's coming from again. And when you think about it like this, like all of the aphrodisiacs we've talked about, kind of is very catered to towards the male population, right?
Yes.
You're not hearing a lot of aphrodisiacs for females. But going back to olive oil, it's really about vascular health again because your penis is really just a mass of blood vessels.
It is.
And another fun fact, the caliber of blood vessels on your penis are the same on your heart. So erectile dysfunction is like an early warning signal for us doctors to say if you're gonna start to have heart problems.
Tama ba? Someone described it to me like the penis that was like a sponge that fills up with the blood.
Yeah. So if you fix the blood vessels, then you fix the erections, you fix the libido. So I think that's where olive oil also comes in. It's very good for vascular health.
Yeah. So let's finish off with stuff that's the opposite.
The opposite.
That the anti-aphrodisiacs.
Yeah.
Like yung mga kwento dati, 'di ba? Pag magpapari ka daw, like kailangan mo kumain ng papaya, pampalambot.
No, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've never been a fan of papaya. Do you like papaya? I don't know. Maybe that's why, because it doesn't. It also kind of tastes a bit cummy. Oh wait, you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know, man. Like I play for the other team. So.
Take it from me, it does.
Okay. I'll take
taste
your
a
word
little
for it,
bit like that. So
I'll leave it to the professional.
Okay. But maybe that. I think not really.
Wait, so
there's
it is
not,
gummy, but you don't like papaya?
but like maybe like straight guys don't like it. Or I don't know. Or like
I don't know. Like I've always associated papaya kasi with soap.
soap.
Kasi ang dami natin papaya soap.
True. Yeah.
So whenever I see papaya, I think soap lasang sabon. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but nothing that I even looked this up like before. There's nothing that says papaya is actually like decreases libido.
Okay. So like rip the people in the seminary, I guess. so for our friends in the seminary, like
don't
what
rely
does
on papaya.
What does actually work?
Yeah, prayers. I don't know. Devotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like science-wise.
Oh,
Like,
science-wise.
Like
Okay.
I cannot like recommend someone food-wise.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the cell canal.
That. Well. Your libido and your sexual prowess. That's like a good add-on. Remember, when your body decides or which organs I focus on first, you'll focus on your brain, your heart, your lungs, things that keep you alive.
Yeah, the important stuff.
So the sex part becomes like a lot less important. So when you're trying to kill your libido, like you'd want a good libido is a sign of a healthy body.
Yes.
So processed foods, definitely. There's a large trend showing that men are growing more testosterone deficient, like modern men, compared to before. Filipinos are known to be a very testosterone low nation. And a lot of the theories are baka it's what we eat. High salt content, ultra-processed, all of those things. Those will definitely
So
affect
ultra-processed yung mga dilata.
yeah,
like stuff
exactly.
like that. Okay.
The salt has to preserve it and stuff like that. So baka yun, that will kill your libido. There's also some talks about soy being something that will decrease your libido. But ano yun, yeah. Actually, the story behind that is that I think there were these group of mothers who were they started doing alternative milk for their kids as soy milk, and then they noticed that their sons were beginning to have like the buddings of like premature breast growth.
Oh.
Turns out soy is estrogen mimic, so molecularly it kind of looks like estrogen, so it can activate that, which is a direct it will directly compete with testosterone, so it will decrease libido. But the data isn't solid. A lot of bodybuilders do rely on soy as yung ano nila,
As their
main protein
of
source.
choice, yeah.
So ano siya, maybe not super direct. Something else that would be very very clear would or maybe double-edged din siya, alcohol.
Mm. Yeah, it does
People
give you
talk,
the confidence.
yeah,
like,
but it also gives you. They call it like whiskey dick, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it's also when you take anything, as even though alcohol is illegal, in many ways it is a substance that affects your brain. So in the different facets that affect arousal and libido, neurotransmitters play a big part. And again, there's that line that you cross from like confidence to like practically knocked
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
unable to perform. So yun, yeah.
Interesting. Like, I have a question. Like, do you know what particularly in soy has the estrogen mimic properties? Because I am worried about my soy salt intake now. Like, I use a lot of toyo.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
I don't. I'm not really quite sure, and I didn't see any like big studies that would be able to translate it to adults. But like I said, it's a good protein or like milk substitute for
Yeah.
people.
The most common, the most effective and most common meat substitute nga for vegans is
Soy.
seitan. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
Seitan,
Okay.
not that kind of seitan.
Okay.
Though we do like to make jokes about it to our vegan
Okay.
friend, like we like to hail her food, but it's concentrated, like I think starch from the soy, or is it from the gluten from? Basta it's concentrated, just
Yeah.
gluten. I think it's not soy. The soy is they also use tofu a lot as a
Yeah.
meat substitute.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe we can. Maybe I'll look. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll look. Maybe we can just flash it later.
I think
Yeah.
seitan is the one from
Yeah.
starch, and it's the
Yeah.
one from starch.
Yeah.
It's pure gluten, so like if you have celiac problems.
Yeah. So, what else? A lot of things also now in the modern days because of like our gut health. And that's definitely something we need to talk about on like a cooking show.
Mm.
Uh, the gut is the second brain, and before we didn't really understand as much how important gut health is, because like your gut microbes do create a lot of different materials and substances like glutathione that your body doesn't necessarily do on its own very well. So when you have impaired gut health, it will impair all other parts of your body, including your libido. So there's a specific gut problem that I've seen on a fair number of patients. It's called indican. So I have a lot of men who experience testosterone deficiency symptoms even though mataas naman yung testosterone nila. So it's a gut putrefaction caused by this substance called indican from bad gut health, and it blocks your testosterone receptor from your actual testosterone. So again, bad diet causes like bad libido. That's a very possible thing. Processed foods, all of those things.
So you really want to just have or normally like a balanced, healthy diet
Mm-hmm.
to maintain your along with
Yeah.
other stuff that actually does.
A balanced, healthy
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to what we said earlier, like good sex life, good libido is a reflection of like all
Yeah.
other parts of your
So
body.
healthy mind, healthy body.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably shouldn't be quoting that guy, but
Okay.
so yeah, I'm confirming seitan is from the protein of wheat. So
Okay.
that it's pure gluten.
Pure gluten.
Yeah.
Which Filipinos don't process very well, right?
We don't.
Yeah.
So it's very hard nga. Pero I've had it. The texture is eh.
Eh?
Yeah, the texture is fine, but it's not as juicy as something you get in meat. So it's an okay meat substitute. But like honestly, if you're going that route, just
That's the
don't,
best.
no, just don't meat substitute. Just eat gulay.
Just eat gulay.
Yeah, and like whatever,
mushrooms.
Mushrooms. I've had in a Buddhist temple in Hong
Mhm.
Kong.
Yeah.
I've had a lemon tofu skin and mushroom thing
That's great.
that tasted like chicken.
Wow.
Yeah, like they made like mushroom strips and like they coated it in tofu skin. That's like it felt like chicken.
Nice.
So sobrang nawawa ko dun.
yeah. Mushrooms are great. Love mushrooms.
Not generally a fan. Like depends on the mushroom. Like, I
I
don't
li-
like button mushrooms.
I like the trumpet ones and like the big ones that kind of are very meaty when you taste them. That's good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, right, Dean. Of course. I'm a fan of enoki. You know?
Oh yeah, those are good too. Wrapped in bacon, but then it's not.
It's counterproductive.
Okay.
But it's also good in hot pot. Naman.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So
Yeah.
back at alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, are there specific types of alcohol that we should be avoiding or taking?
Yeah.
For, ano?
Well, I think we need to set the baseline that, like, alcohol is alcohol, right? So it's always going to be dose dependent, and it's always going to be different per person on which alcohol like reacts to them well. But off the top of my head, if you're going to have to like choose one, I think red wine is a good option.
It also has the cultural like
Yeah,
connotations.
yeah, like romancing and all of those things, like the deep red color, usually associated with like being sexy and stuff like that. But it has like resveratrol. It has some mild like cardiovascular benefits. So I think that would be good. You can go next with like maybe like clear spirits, like gin tonic, stuff like that.
Wouldn't that just like knock you out though?
Yeah, but it's like that's what you're trying to chase with alcohol, that like sweet spot between just more relaxed and more confident versus getting knocked out.
Yeah,
right?
that's just like the
Yeah.
sweet spot. Like, and varies per person then eh.
Yeah, beer, I don't know. Seems a bit heavy, right?
Yeah, it's calorie heavy. kasi
Calorie
it's
heavy,
sweet.
which
Yeah.
you might need for the energy for sex, but if you start feeling like bloated
Heavy
and
and
sloshy,
bloated, yeah.
might not feel good. And I don't know, maybe that's how I would rank it.
Cool. And then back to watermelon. Can
Yeah.
you like just tell us more about it?
Sure. It's a very simple process, actually. So, watermelon contains a lot of L-citrulline, which will get converted into L-arginine in your body, which will cause like higher expression of nitric oxide, which will dilate your blood vessels. That's how sildenafil and the other things work. They allow for more nitric oxide to cause a dilation of blood vessels, hence a bigger, stronger erection. So it's like sildenafil with like a couple more steps upstream. So that's how watermelon is helpful, I guess. Yeah.
Slightly off topic, just like curious. Like, I've heard that Viagra originally wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, no. That's the funny
like
story.
That wasn't the intended purpose of Viagra.
Yeah. So Viagra was initially created as a hypertension medication. That's what its initial goal was. It didn't do a very good job of that. But the nurses noted that when they were like checking the effects on like their patients, all of their patients were like holding their crotches like that. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna totally rebrand this now. And it's very, very good. Even as medication for like heart health and stuff like that, sometimes you can still give it in certain
You'll
situations.
just have a boner. But
Actually, the funny story was when I was in med school, the first time I ever saw sildenafil being prescribed to somebody outside of erectile dysfunction was to a nun. Yeah.
Viagra to a nun.
Yeah, it was something on like in her heart. It was a blood vessel in her heart that needed to be patent. So that's what they gave, and I can just imagine the conversation at Mercury when she was buying that.
I'm going to need to prescribe you Viagra.
And then she's gonna buy it. That would be fun.
That's gonna be a fun like story for the pharmacist.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
hala si sister, may bili ng Viagra. Para kay father ba to? Pero
So-
sa kanya nakapangalan.
That's funny. That was wild. Yeah, but yeah, basic a little bit basic science on how watermelon works.
Alright. So, thanks to Doc Dino for joining us today. It's been a great episode. Like, we had a lot of fun. I learned a lot of stuff. That was very surprising. That was very entertaining then. And I hope it was entertaining for you guys. So, Dean, would you like to give us some last words and
Sure.
talk to us about your clinic?
Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, I guess I want to say again that sex is a basic human need. I know it's embarrassing, but really, we don't have to be embarrassed about it. So, just live your best life, enjoy your best sex, and if you need some help, at any point, whether it's for testing for STIs or treatment of STIs or improving your sexual function, whether you're male or female, come on and visit us at Hara Clinic, where we can just meet all of your sexual needs without any judgment and just treat it like the health concern that it is. So visit us at haraclinic.ph.
Right, guys, Hara Clinic, you heard it here, and we do recommend you give them a visit. They also have a lot of stuff with peptides.
Yep.
Yeah, they're doing like really cutting edge stuff. So
Penis enlargement,
penis enlargement,
flower arrangement. Yeah.
Oh, flower arrangement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything sex related, don't
Yes.
have to be embarrassed, guys.
I was like, flower.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So yeah, thanks for joining us, Doc Dino,
Yeah, no
and
problem.
we'll see you next time at Talk with Kesh.
Yeah.
Cook with Kesh. I don't even know the name of my own show. So Alright, so what we're gonna be doing is balsamic and olive oil vinaigrette with a bit of honey. But we're also gonna be putting it in a mixed green salad, mixed lettuce, with watermelons and walnuts. Right?
Okay.
So let's start. So we're gonna start with just half a cup
Okay.
of extra virgin olive oil. So, hindi to dapat pinangluluto. Don't use it for frying. But this is really good for salads, for dips.
Because you don't use it for cooking because it has a
It's
low
a
smoke
very,
point.
very low smoke point.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if you're using extra virgin, sayang din yung flavors mo.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting any of it.
Sure.
Like, a lot of it is being cooked out, or
Mm.
aromatics are being cooked out, and you're breaking a lot of the structures. It's not really
Gotcha.
good for that. Like, oils is something I can actually talk about since I actually did that in college.
That's great.
So, generally for this, we can use any type of acid. Today, we're going to be using balsamic vinegar, but we can also use red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, depending on your flavor profile choice. So, right now, mukha siyang sausawan ng tinapay sa Italianis.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we're going to break that by adding some. So, it's generally a tablespoon. This should be around that. Okay, then we're just gonna add a tablespoon of honey. Just for a bit of sweetness. Counter the sour. And just a bit of salt. Always add salt, because what salt does is it enhances the flavor. Even if you have the most perfectly spiced, perfectly seasoned anything,
Yeah.
if you don't add enough salt, matabang na
Bland.
siya. Yeah. So salt is like the salt of the earth. Then we add a bit of pepper. Then we use a tiny whisk.
Tiny whisk.
You can use a fork, but I borrowed the tiny whisk and I will use the tiny whisk. Right. So that's good enough. Like if you see it's incorporated na it's a one solid liquid. Solid liquid. One like
Homogeneous liquid.
big words. Okay. So our next is just add the
Just put it all here.
yes sir.
Okay, this is gonna be the extent of my contribution to the cooking. Oh, horrible. And I'm gonna mess this up. No, I'm not. Okay.
This is one thing like I promise you can mess up. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have Dean as our resident expert toss the salad. Yeah. So like natin tayo na siguro half our vinegar. Like how much vinaigrette you put is really up to you.
Yeah.
Like and
Do I need to forks
yeah,
for it?
use two forks. Like it's
Yeah.
generally easier to mix with two forks. And as you're doing that, we're gonna be adding some pineapples.
Fun fact with the watermelon, the rind actually has the most citrulline in
With
it.
our rhyme.
But we're not eating the
We're not
rind.
eating the rind. Never.
What you can do, and I see the Koreans do this, is they kind of kimchi their watermelons with the rinds. So that might be actually pretty good. Okay.
So
Is
yeah,
that good enough?
it's good enough.
Great.
Yeah. Then just serve it up in bowls. Just use both forks and then
Oh, okay,
scoop.
okay.
Yeah.
So you want to get like
Yeah.
the greens. I think all the
Some watermelon.
watermelons on it. Is it true that you can what do you call that? Grill watermelons and then they'll taste like meat?
I have not
Or
grilled
the-
watermelons, but I've had deep fried watermelons.
How is that like?
I don't think I can say it on air, like how I really think about it. But it was very interesting. It's still very moist inside, pero it was coated in batter and then deep fried. It's a recipe apparently from Maryland, from the U.S. So of course it came from the US. Deep fried food. Cheers, buddy. Right, cheers.
Oh, nice. Fresh.
Tastes like a salad.
Don't have a salad. Gonna have sex tonight?
No.
After this?
Ako actually yung pinaka hindi na kinabang siya.
Sure.
The watermelon actually really works with the balsamic
Yeah,
vinaigrette. I will finish this.
me too.
Though we can probably finish it off camera.
That was pretty easy to make.
Yeah, it was very easy to make.
Even I wouldn't have messed that up.
And I hear from like the guy who does the scheduling that he's really bad at it. So we might be able to do another episode where we actually teach you how to cook something.
Okay, let's do that.
So we'll have to find like an interesting topic siguro, no? Sana hindi naman salad. Alright,
Perfect
so
date foods. That might be a good one.
anyway, like this is not my idea of perfect date. So anyway, this has been Cook with Kesh, and try the salad. It's actually really
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
AStudios. Stories curated for you. Like, share, and subscribe.